My name is Santi Martos, and this is Sophie. And today I really wanted to talk about how she's bettered my life in the last 10 years since I had her. And I want to talk about how shelter animals discourage many and seem like a gamble to others, but Sophie actually turned out to be a wonderful treasure that's only bettered my life. And I want to express how it can for you as well by adopting a dog. I'm just going to put her down so we can go on with the speech. So, since having a dog, my love, my consideration for others, and my self-importance have been put to the test and have improved tremendously. Because 10 years ago, I was only thinking about myself, and I had to develop a lot of responsibility, a lot of communication skills with my family in order to divide up the responsibility of having Sophie straight from the shelter. I'm so grateful that having adopted a dog from a shelter means what it means today, still 10 years ago. When you adopt a dog from a shelter, you are adopting an animal who's already been seen regularly by a veterinarian and who's looked for constantly and has human interaction. A lot of dogs that are not from shelters come from what are called puppy mills. Puppy mills are industrial sites that are overpopulated in the United States, caging animals and forcing them to breed together, and if they choose not to, are killed. I have a statistic here telling us, according to the Humanitarian Society, there are 10,100 puppy mills in the United States, and there are only 3,500 animal shelters in the United States. This is a huge disparity and makes for quite an unfair living situation to these innocent animals who remind me of babies because they can't advocate for themselves. Moving on. So something that I want to share with everyone is that by adopting a dog instead of purchasing one from a pet store, you are boycotting this abusive puppy mill industry. And there's no other way, unfortunately, to get through this abuse because of how economically flourishing this industry is. So, when I adopted Sophie with my family 10 years ago, we didn't realize how our lives would change. From exercise practices that forced us to get off the couch to surviving a pandemic today and getting a breath of fresh air, going out with our dog, has become a very rewarding feeling and a sense of accomplishment that we get because we know that we're taking care of, unfortunately, I was about to say someone. We're taking care of a member of our family who would have been cut off a long time ago, and we can't imagine our lives without her now. Another statistic that I want to quickly share is about the rejection of dogs in shelters because of space. I've already shared previously before that there are 10,000 puppy mills and there are only 3,500 shelters in the United States. However, in the United States, if the shelters are already full to maximum capacity, what has to happen to dogs is they get turned away and they have to remain in the street or in uncomfortable housing situations with owners who don't necessarily want to provide for them and therefore can't do their best job. Adopting really is a long-term responsibility that you have to be committed for in order to really excel as an owner. Finally, I just want to share with everyone that adopting a canine companion will better your life because according to the ASPCA survey in 2015 taken every 5 years, 3 of 5 pet owners in the United States considered their untrained pet an emotional support animal to them. This is really important to me because I can relate to my dog being an emotional support animal to me because she's constantly present. And even though she is not verbally communicating with me, I feel all the love that I give her every day, and that's just such a rewarding feeling to get back in return. I hope that everybody can consider adoption before purchasing, and that, again, so while shelter animals discourage many and seem like a gamble to others, I think that me and my family hit the jackpot when we took the chance to go to a shelter instead of taking on the marketing experience of what a pet store has to bring, because animals in shelters are ultimately killed off if not adopted. And on top of that, in the long term, you have a much better sense of reward that you made an impact in the animal industry and in your heart.